Okay, so we have basically established a fact, and the first fact is that in strategic management process, management process, you need to consider the following. You need to consider the direction that you're taking as a firm. That was the first thing. And this is what we call the intent or strategic intent of this step over here. We also said you must understand the context of the firm, and this is what we call strategic analysis, and we are doing internally. We are analyzing internally and externally. Again, it's still part of the management process. So we are assuming that you got the direction right, and you have understood your context. What is the next step? This one is where you are basically choosing. It's called the strategic choice. Now, back to the levels, we said that there are three main levels. You have what you call corporate level strategies. And in this phase, we are saying, again, it's a top-bottom approach. You have the vision, you have the mission, you have the corporate objectives, and you have the corporate strategies over here. And the vision informs the mission informs the corporate objective, the corporate objectives informs the strategic, corporate strategies. Now, at this other level, we have what you call the business level strategy. And again, this is where you're making your patterns or strategic patterns based on the organizations. And we say that under this step, there's what you call the strategy orientation under this step, and we have what you call reactors. That's the first one. You have what you call defenders. That's the second one. You have the prospectors. That's the other one. Then you have the analyzers. That's the other one. The reactors are basically organizations that do not anticipate and are not proactive. They basically, come on. They react to the environment. The defenders are the ones that have a narrow product domain or strategic business units, and they devote most of their attention on improving the efficiency and effectiveness of those strategic business units. The prospectors are those that are always searching for market opportunities, and they are more expansive and aggressive in this sense. The analyzers are the ones that are analyzing their competition to see whether there are new ideas of innovation which they can be able to handle. Now, under this section, we call the operational or the tactical strategies. We call them functional strategies, functional level strategies. And under functional level strategies, we can have what you call the various functions, HR, supply chain, and so forth and so forth. What are the functional level strategies that they can have? So I'll just list down. At the corporate level, we have what we call the generic strategies, and these strategies basically have to do with the following. Let me just list down the models so that we can just go through them. We have the CDF model. This is by Porter. You have the Gorilla model. You have the product lifecycle model. You have Igor Ansov's model. You have General Electric model. You have the BCG model. Let me see if I'm missing. Yes, you have diversification. diversification, you have alliances over here, you have vertical integration. Let me see if I'm missing one. I think those are it. So this over here should cover the corporate level strategies and the models that would apply under each. Now when you go to functional, since our course is supply chain management, we shall only talk about the outsourcing model. So let me just number this so that I remember them. 6. Okay, so let us watch at once in the CDF model. Porter's generic model. Porter's generic model. Now Porter said that given your strategic business units, you have 3 strategic options. The first one is to be a cost leader. The second one is to be a differentiated firm. Differentiated firm. So it's called differentiation strategy. Then you have the focus strategy. I'll repeat. You have the cost leadership strategy. You have the differentiation strategy. Then you have the focus strategy. And cost leadership has to do with making sure that you are delivering the same product but at the lowest price without compromising quality. I repeat, you're making sure that you're delivering the same product as your competitors are, but you are not compromising on the quality. When it comes to differentiation, you are delivering the same products, but you are delivering them in a very unique way. That is differentiation. Then you have focus strategy. This is where you segment the market. Then you go to a specific market and you become either a cost leader or a differentiated firm. That means that the cost leader and the differentiated firm have a broader scope. For example, if we're talking about Kenya, that is Kenya. Now, a focus strategy picks an area, calls it Thika, and Thika they become either a cost leader or a differentiated firm. Now, there is something that we call stuck in the middle, and this is where in firms we have said, let me just draw this first. In strategic management we say you can either be a cost leader but not all. You can either be a differentiated firm but not all. You can either be a focused firm but not all. Any firm that tries to become a cost leader, differentiated firm and a focused firm has what you call stuck in the middle phenomenon. Stuck in the middle because they're trying to do everything. Now let us see what we mean by this. Assuming Nakumatt was still there, Nakumatt will be under this differentiation, will be under this section. Naivas would be under cost leadership because they're focusing on making sure their products are cheap. Mathai Supermarket will be focused because they go to Thika, establish a Mathai Supermarket. They go to Karatina, they establish a Mathai Supermarket. They go to Sagana, I think, and they establish a supermarket. They are not everywhere. It's not a national brand. It's basically focused on certain niche markets. Now, once they go to those markets, they become cost leaders. That is an example of a focus strategy. The game is another example of a focus. They're not everywhere. They're in Nairobi, the high-end market where they can be, customers can be able to afford, and they become a differentiated firm. So if we're to think about this whole thing, is that Pick one. Be a course leader, be a focus farm, be a differentiate, but do not pick them all, because you will have what you call stuck in the middle. So that is it for this model, the CDF model. Let's go to the other model, the gorilla model.